bandwagon and saying, hey, we did the wrong thing. I think right now is the best move the Eagles did. Also, overrated in the coaches is Mike Shanahan from the Washington Redskins. Now, I think it would be a tie for the craziest owner in the NFL. And I would give that job to the Vikings guy and Jerry Jones. And who's the Vikings guy I'm thinking about? Jerry Jones and Daniel Snyder. Those two guys are egomaniac, unbelievable. At least Daniel Snyder, he puts up a lot of money, but Jerry Jones, he's just in love with that camera, and he made that stadium like we talked about yesterday. And he likes to be in the limelight, like Al Davis used to be in the limelight, and Jerry Buss from the Lakers like the limelight, and Howard Katz like the limelight, and everything that goes with that. The owner, CEO, GM, all that. The guy who never ever laced them up. He played in Arkansas, so that gives him any clout. But he never ever laced them up. And what happens here is they're 1-7. As far as Jason Garrett, I think his head's on the chopping block. If he don't get anything out of his players this year, he'll be gone also. I know they groomed him to be the next coach of the Dallas Cowboys, but they didn't think they were going to have to do it this way. And I never liked to sign in Wade Phillips to begin with anyway. He really never won nothing in his life. He was really never a top-notch coach. How he gets one of the plus jobs in all football to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, and get that job. You got to be a real good coach to get that job. Instead, he's terrible. He is terrible. Mike Shanahan, he's an egotistical maniac nut. I think they both need straight Jackson to be 302 right out of the NFL. There are these guys that are, just don't see it the way I see it, at least. And a team that has all the talent of Dallas and all the talent in Minnesota, and Minnesota's 4-5, and Dallas is 1-7. I think that's a record. We have to go for a record. I know Minnesota's either 3-5 or 4-5, something like that. I know Dallas is 1-7. Eagles are 5-3. They're looking for another victory on Monday night. Although Andy Reid's 12-0 coming off the bye, but his Monday night record not so good. To have the Washington Redskins beat them twice in the same year would be terrible for Philadelphia. If McNabb doesn't start, which it doesn't look like he's going to start, it will be Rex Grossman. And if Rex Grossman beats the Eagles, then they deserve not to go to the playoffs. Easy, simple. Michael Vick, healthy, doesn't take the hits. He learned by his hit when he took that one in Washington. I really think after that game settled in Philadelphia, McNabb played terrible, so did the Eagles, so did Kevin Cobb. And there was no excitement at all. I think there would have been a ton of excitement in the air if McNabb played and Vic didn't get hurt. Then it would be a heck of a game, a noisy crowd. Philadelphia, passionate as they are, would be rooting for their Eagles. And I gotta like the Eagles' chances against the Redskins this week. It's very hard to beat two teams, one team twice. Got that right after 3 times. Isn't that amazing? The one that this show stinks. And nobody wants to pick me up. I got home and I begged them for a nickel. They finally gave it to me as a joke. I can't even read half the time. Although I made some more friends on the Facebook, if that means anything to anybody. What am I up to now? I got 2,886 friends. Don't even know their name. As he says, see now, in the movie Rocky, when she says to, I think it's Rocky 2, when he gets all busted up, and yeah, it's Rocky 2, and the nurse comes in, she says, my son would die for your autograph. So he gives the autograph, he says, to my good friend Tom, you ought to leave it up. Okay, what do we have on David Megan?
All right, apparently, former NFL player David Meggett was sentenced to 30 years in prison yesterday after his conviction in Charleston, South Carolina. The court convicted him of criminal sexual conduct and burglary, authorities said. Meggett was convicted in the case
right,
of...
he's a maggot now, not Meggett. He's a maggot for that again.
He's a maggot, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of sexual misconduct, yeah.
How old was the girl, at 12?
Well, no, college student.
Oh, okay. He did a Ben Roethlisberger, but a little bit more serious than what Ben did.
Did a Ben Roethlisberger, but got convicted.
So he goes for 30 years. How many you got to stay? 85%. He's gone for like 27 years. Is this like a rape charge in there or something like that?
I didn't see
sexually assaulted.
I didn't see rape allegations. I just saw sexual.
Does it say his age in here? Because I don't have my glasses on, the right glasses. Does it say his age in here? Well, he must be a little bit over 40. He might be about 45 years old. Is that possible?
42.
Is he 42? Okay. So he goes away for 30 years. He'll get out when he's 72. And shave, let's see, 8 years maybe off of the 30. not even 8, maybe 5 years. So he'll be out when he's about 67, something like that. That's real smart. Here's a guy who's won Super Bowls and made plenty of money. Now he's on burglary charges, is it?
Burglary charges also.
Oh, right. Like he needs to steal all of a sudden. I mean, I can't. Give me that money. Give me the millions of dollars that David Megan made. And I promise you I won't have to rob, steal, lie, cheat, or do anything like that in life. I think his head's screwed on different, backwards. Jerry Jones, backwards. Who's the guy out in Minnesota that the guy's like this terrible out there? Brad Childress, and coming down to get Brett Favre out of Mississippi, wherever he comes from, to do what he's doing now. To me, it's weak. The firing of the Dallas Cowboys, weak. But I know one thing, I posted this up on Facebook. Who would you take as your head coach now that Wade Phillips is gone? Will you stick with Jason Garrett, or will you try to get a different coach for the Dallas Cowboys?